Hello, good evening. I hope you're well. Welcome to Look North. A family living in Leeds say their council flat is not fit for purpose as water has been leaking in for 3 years. Claudia Tumber and her 2 teenage children are sleeping on the floor downstairs to try avoid the damp bedrooms. Claudia contacted Look North as she didn't know where else to turn. Leeds Council says it's sent a repair team in today to make sure any urgent work is completed as a priority. Nicola Rees has more.
It's so wet, Chris. Oh.
Every bedroom in Claudia's home in Leeds is wet, but bringing the beds downstairs doesn't really help. Water is seeping in here too.
Water is everywhere, and when it starts like one place and start going everywhere in the rooms, and the situation is really bad. To be honest, I'm depressed. Sometimes I have to hide from my children to cry. Sometimes I can't, like yesterday, all the night, I was just crying because I see as a mom, I did everything, but I have to see my children in this kind of situation.
Claudia and her children have lived like this for 3 years. The windows are open all the time, but damp and moisture is everywhere.
This is my room. Just look at the state of it.
Is this really where you slept last night?
Mm-hmm. You see the damp here. It's very wet. I usually sleep on this side, and because of the damp, the mold and stuff, yeah, as you can see, it's on the window as well. I've been developing a breathing problem, so I've got to use an inhaler now.
How are you doing now?
The family have complained to the council multiple times. Repair teams have been sent out, but no solution has been found.
I'm paying my rent, so why do I have to suffer like this? I had enough here. I had enough. I can't live. I can't continue living like this.
We asked Leeds City Council what they were doing to help. They said they're sending another repair team to the property today. It sounds like progress, and Claudia is trying her best to be hopeful.
Everything's gonna be okay, all right?
Nicola Rees, BBC Look North, Leeds.
We will follow up on Claudia's story and let you know how she gets on. Next tonight, police are investigating after the sudden death of a man in Selby whose body was found at a pumping station in the town. The body was discovered at Selby Dam this morning and is being treated as an unexplained death. Emergency services have been at the scene and inquiries are continuing to establish the full circumstances. North Yorkshire Police are appealing for information in relation to the incident. A swimmer has been rescued after getting into trouble in the sea in Whitby. The RNLI were called to reports of an experienced sea swimmer who'd not returned as expected after they set out from Sands End yesterday. The swimmer was in the water for over an hour and a half and was treated for the effects of prolonged exposure to the cold when they were safely ashore. A clean air zone introduced in Bradford has generated almost £2 million in fines and charges since it was introduced just 3 months ago. The charges, which only apply to commercial vehicles, were introduced in September. Some business owners said it was having an impact on their costs. However, the City Council said the zone would improve health through cutting toxic emissions from vehicles. Your residents are to be sent a text message about how to lower alcohol consumption in an attempt to promote healthier lifestyles. 120,000 texts will be sent out from GP practices in January to remind patients about the dangers of drinking. Doctors say the harm alcohol can cause to health is often downplayed. People will be advised to take a quiz to assess how many drinks they consume. I'm sure a few of us will be taking that test, won't we, in January? A man who needs a double lung transplant has turned his garden into a winter wonderland to raise money for a hospital transplant unit. Mark and Julie Peacock from North Wingfield near Chesterfield have spent around £10,000 decorating their home. Alex Thorpe has been to meet them.
I didn't actually think we could have done it this year, to be honest, and I did say that to him, but Mark was insistent that we still carried on as normal.
Mark is waiting for a double lung transplant after being diagnosed with pulmonary fibrosis. But despite all of this, him and his wife Julie have turned their garden into a winter wonderland.
I hadn't had time to think about how to put Christmas decoration. Julie won't let me.
Well, and to be honest with you, I mean, it comes in at 20 to 5 and by 5:10 we're starting putting lights on.
The couple haven't been on a holiday for years due to Mark's health, so they spent £10,000 on Christmas decorations instead, including this tiny festive town, and even a Santa's grotto.
Now, you know I bring my...
When I'm doing my garden, I usually have my energy machine on, don't I?
Yeah.
So it turns air into oxygen, so I can keep going. I think I went up a ladder once, and that's only to put reef up. I've had it 5 years. First noticed it when we were on holiday, swimming. Couldn't get my breath. I had to keep stopping. Try not to think about it. That's why I work every day. I go to work every day. It's so I'm not thinking about what could happen or is going to happen.
The couple have opened their garden up to the public and are raising money for the clinic which could prolong Mark's life.
Oh, what a lovely thing to do. Paul's here now with the latest forecast. We would have liked a winter white Christmas. It's been very wet instead.
It's been very wet. It will stay very wet as well, and at times really quite mild. A period of very strong winds to come, especially over the next 24 hours. There's your headline. A much brighter picture tomorrow with sunshine, but scattered blustery showers to come. And you can see there's one weather system after another. This is Friday's chart, rain in the morning. A bit mixed over the New Year weekend, but weather front's never far away. There will be some sunshine, but also a risk of further rain. Now, that's the rain that shot through us this morning and into this afternoon, and we're left now in a showery setup. So I think through this evening and overnight, we're looking at clear spells and scattered blustery showers. Those showers turning frequent and quite heavy and squally later tonight, driven on by that strengthening westerly wind, lowest temperatures down to 5 or 6 degrees. So yes, the sun should be out tomorrow, but with that, there'll be a scattering of showers, especially in the west, but the wind will be so strong that some of them will blow all the way towards the North Yorkshire coastline and become a bit more frequent through the afternoon, even some hail and sleet over the tops of the hills. But in the sunshine, it shouldn't feel too bad. That strong wind taking the edge off the temperatures, though, gusts 50 miles an hour where those showers are, highs of 7 or 8 degrees, 8 Celsius, very close to average for late December. So further ahead then, Friday, it turns wet from the southwest through the morning, clearing later. Then over the weekend, it's unsettled. Yes, some sunshine, but rain never far away. And that's the forecast, Amy.
Having a nice Christmas, Paul.
I am. It's all the better for seeing you.
Oh, likewise. Ditto. The Christmas gift we all wanted.
Happy New Year.
Well, listen, hope you're having a lovely Christmas as well. I'll be back with the late news just before 10:30 this evening, if you'd like to join me then. If not, Happy New Year. Bye-bye.